So welcome back to this new session of our project Entrepreneurial Countryside to Foster Rural Business Eco Group. And as we mentioned in the last session, this is part of the block 3 called Putting It All Together. And today we will talk about peer learning and sharing. So this is the index, the welcome and the introduction, peer learning, what it is, also sharing experiences, group discussion on best practices, and the conclusion and closing. So what is peer learning? Raquel, she will explain a bit.
Okay, first, what is peer-to-peer learning? Learning and development is constantly evolving, and it can be challenging to determine which trends are ideal for your organization. Micro-learning, gamification, spaced repetition, and mobile learning are a few of the learning and development trends that are centered on delivering outstanding results in terms of employment engagement and learning retention.
As you can see in this slide, peer-to-peer methodology is basically sharing knowledge, sharing experience, sharing new perspectives, and sharing solutions. So that consists of the exchange of knowledge and experience between people who are on equal terms, in this case between entrepreneurs. Peer-to-peer learning for entrepreneurs is a learning model in which entrepreneurs share knowledge and experience with each other. It is a form of collaborative learning in which group members support each other and share solutions to common problems. Through this methodology, entrepreneurs can learn from the experience of others, receive constructive feedback, and develop new skills. These are some of the advantages of peer-to-peer learning for entrepreneurs, like improved problem solving. By sharing experiences and solutions with other entrepreneurs, innovative solutions to common problems can be found. Also, it also helps to encourage creativity. The interaction between entrepreneurs from different industries and fields can lead to new ideas and approaches. It also helps with skill development. Through the exchange of knowledge and experiences, entrepreneurs can develop key skills for the success of their companies. It's also related to tailored learning. Why? Because by working in a small group and focusing on specific solutions, entrepreneurs can personalize their learning and focus on their specific needs. And finally, it also helps in the networking, because peer-to-peer learning also allows entrepreneurs to establish valuable professional relationships and expands their new network of contacts. So here you have some examples of peer-to-peer. These two first videos, one about the collaborative learning methodology, and the second one is about a business called 42, where they implement this peer-to-peer learning methodology in their own practice. So I'll show you the videos, and please write me in the chat if you can hear or not, because I don't know if you can hear.
Employees are facing a learning crisis. Course completion rates hover around 20 to 30%, and up to 85% of work.
Can you hear?
Yes.
Employees are facing a learning crisis. Course completion rates hover around 20 to 30%, and up to 85% of workers report some degree of disengagement. People just don't have the time, energy, or motivation to learn in traditional ways. They're sick of being told what they need to learn and how. Collaborative learning is a training methodology where people share knowledge and expertise, and it's gaining ground as the new, more effective way to learn. Where traditional learning is top-down, classroom-based, and facilitated by a teacher or instructor, Collaborative learning is bottom-up and happens in the flow of work. Rather than learning being something that happens to people, people take charge of their learning themselves. Besides being more naturally motivating, this approach to learning offers three major benefits for organizations. It makes learning faster, peer-based, and distributed. Learning is faster because when subject matter experts create and share courses themselves, courses get created in minutes, not hours, days, and weeks. Learning is peer-based since discussion, reaction, and knowledge sharing is built into the learning experience itself. And learning is distributed since employees are able to determine their own learning needs and share their subject matter expertise as course creators. Learn more from the experts at 360 Learning, the platform for collaborative learning.
Okay, and this is the second video about the company that I said that implement this peer-to-peer methodology.
What is peer-to-peer learning, Dan?
I have absolutely no clue.
Das Internet ist für uns alle Neuland.
It's ridiculous. So at 42, we take away the teacher, and you're going to be learning with each other and collaborating a lot, working in teams to be able to solve the problems that you're presented with.
Peer-to-peer learning is a method of learning through collaboration rather than competition. It's a way of finding answers together with your peers. You essentially use people that are sitting next to you as sources of information.
The idea of peer-to-peer learning, I've never experienced it before, and it's really different from the approach that I had in the university and regular schools.
There's a lot of interaction. I mean, that's your main source of information is what you how you support others and how you're being supported.
For me, peer-to-peer learning was arriving at the first day here and knowing nothing about code, and then in the first hour one guy teach me something, and the next minute I was teaching that same information to two more guys, and since then it's like this.
One of my favorite benefits or features of peer-to-peer learning is that it is not ego-driven, not competition-driven, but peer-driven and project-driven. You don't necessarily care as much about you yourself being better than others or learning something just for your own benefit, but you are driven by the success of a project, success of a group. With peer-to-peer learning, we want something that we are doing to succeed. We want others to succeed together with us. It really shifts your mindset and shifts the mindset of us and the way that we used to learn it at high school or university.
Here is the first time that I'm learning not from someone who's above me, but from someone who is equal to me.
I studied at two universities, didn't learn as much in 6 years as I learned here in the first 2 weeks. So for me, teacher is a big no.
I can say that so far it was the best experience ever that I had here in 42. I really like to be inside of the group and working with other people.
With peer-to-peer learning, it's not that you sit down and somebody tells you to press this button and look for an information here or there. You sit down in front of a computer and you can find your own solution to a problem that you're given. This is a project. You have to make it happen. However you get there is okay. And that opens up a world of possibilities. You can use your own creativity and you can use the creativity of other people around you to get to that solution.
42 gives an excellent chance also not only practicing your code, but also communication skill, like soft skills. So I guess so far, if you're good with soft skill, you can overcome anything.
So in my opinion, the peer-to-peer environment is what makes 42 so good. And I have to say, before starting, I was a bit skeptical about it. But then day after day, I was feeling a little bit better about it, and then again more and a little bit more. After a week, I just realized that, yeah, I was completely gone from traditional teaching style, and I was way more into this teaching style.
Some people have been brought up to need that kind of authority figure to bring you the information, to feed you that information. And I think that's totally fine if some people learn better that way. If you're somebody who likes to code by themselves and is not able to share that knowledge with other people, that won't actually get you very far in the curriculum, because the pedagogy that we have, the peer-to-peer pedagogy, it relies on being able to share that knowledge with others. What peer-to-peer learning does allow you to do, though, is to be able to become more independent and adaptable, and to be able to find your own answers. And that's what's really key.
I think it works under certain conditions. Like one of those conditions is that people who participate in this event, in the piscine, will have various levels to begin with. Like not everyone is absolute beginner. So there are people who can share knowledge, who can teach a little bit, and that's important. And the second one is people feel motivated to share and to teach. And I think 42 does it well. Like I felt everyone who could be useful for others in the end also was very much useful. They were really open to help you. So that was working well.
Well, in the beginning, yeah, I had some, I guess, difficulties because there were so many people.
First, I was lost, and then I just looked around me. I saw a peer, and we started searching together, and then it was just easy to code, and you already know that if you're stuck in something, your peer gonna help you.
Peer-to-peer learning is a lot like what happens in real life in a company. When you work for a company, a client will give you a problem to solve, and they won't give you the recipe of how to solve it. They won't tell you how to solve it. It's really down to you to come up with your own answer of how to solve that business need. And with peer-to-peer learning, it's exactly the same. You're going to be finding your own information. You're going to be sorting that information to figure out what's relevant, what's not relevant, and then you're going to propose a new solution with your team. And then it's together with the team that you're going to produce the solution to that problem. So peer-to-peer learning at 42 trains you for the real world.
It is part of working culture to find solutions together, but also to give each other feedback, right? To feed off each other's experiences.
I enjoyed talking to people, especially I prefer to evaluate people, because I guess sometimes you see people doing stuff in a completely different way that you would have ever done it. And if the person shows interest in the code and is someone who is willing to learn from what you did, can also be quite rewarding, I would say.
And there will be a further episode about evaluations where we'll go into more detail. But you should know that at 42, we do evaluations every day. So every time that you submit work, it will be evaluated by other students.
I feel that peer-to-peer learning contributes students in many ways. But for me, the most important part is that I actually can contribute to the society and to people around. And I feel that it motivates me to move forward.
The most valuable thing that you can have as a developer is being able to communicate and talk about your code, and to be able to explain that abstraction of what's happening on the computer. For a lot of people, you're like a magician if you're a developer. Nobody has any idea what you're doing. And being able to explain that to other departments, being able to explain that to a business unit, being able to explain that to your client or customer, that's what really makes a developer better than others, and better than one who would just be so focused on the code that they can't think of anything outside of that.
So those were the examples of this business. And I also found some information about peer-to-peer lending. You have here two projects, they are called Crowdspace and peer-to-peer market data. And what they do, they basically works pretty similar as a crowdfunding place, and where you can help economically to some new entrepreneurs. I don't know if anyone who has invested on them, and I don't know how it works clearly, but I think you can just have a look, and there are so many projects there, and it's interesting to see. And some other examples of peer-to-peer learning in the business and entrepreneurship content. These kind of co-working spaces where you can go and see some other companies in your file or not, and just interact with them, talk with them, and else. What more? Yes, and also you have here this organization I found, which is called Málaga Jóvenes Empresarios, AGE, and it's an organization for young entrepreneurs, but probably in your countries there are many of them, and they organize workshops, courses, technical support, also events where the new entrepreneurs can talk and just develop their businesses and else. So yeah, basically the experience of organization, also this peer-to-peer learning, co-working, and associations who works in this peer-to-peer methodology.
What is peer-to-peer learning?
So now we move to the experiences of our training. As I did before in the last session, here I have some of the data we collect in our surveys. And I think the question more related to the topic of today was this: the webinar provide insight that I can apply to my own business or professional context. And as you can see, in general, the opinion about the peer-to-peer methodology, it's positive. It seems that the webinars have served to make possible businesses practice easier for the participant in our group. And as I said before, the sample is not that homogeneous, so it's not that representative, but we can follow the trends. And as we can see, it's pretty okay and pretty positive. Just as a reminder, I would like to add that for the sessions with our participants, the future sessions that we will develop, the monitoring of the peer-to-peer session is very important for the learning process, and I think it's very useful, and it will help them a lot. So I don't know if you have any question about the survey or the example that we have already presented, and if not, we can follow through the rest of the presentation. Okay, so next, I brought here a kind of practical activity that you can implement in your future activities. But yes, sir, I have something to mention. Yeah, so there said not to forget the survey in the end. Yeah, as I was saying, I have here an example, an activity that we can use in our future sessions, and we will work on it today so we can just imagine how it would be. So here I have 3 entrepreneurs who participate in the program. The Sun, who is developing an app for learning languages. The Heart, which is developing an app for selling local products. And the Cloud, who is developing a startup for mental health in a digital context. So what is the activity about? We have these 3 people, and the Heart has a problem because not many business in her town want to join her app because they have like trust issues. They don't feel comfortable by selling their products. So in group of 3, the participants and today us, we will work on these 5 points: establishing the objectives, exchanging knowledge and experience, constructive feedback, mutual support, and monitoring and accountability. I will explain these 5 points so you can work on them and also work with the participant in the future. So the first one, the objectives. At the beginning of the meeting, entrepreneurs establish clear and specific objectives about what they want to achieve in that session. Today it's clear because it's helping the herd to find this solution of the problem. It can be a specific question, but about a particular challenge. or advices on marketing strategies, for example, as today. The second part, the exchange knowledge and experience. Each entrepreneur shares their experience, successes, challenges in their relation to their respective projects. For example, the son, he can talk about his experience creating his business, and then that would help the other participants. Then constructive feedback. So during the sessions, entrepreneurs provide constructive feedback based on their experience and knowledge. Suggestions and recommendations are offered to address specific challenges and improve each entrepreneur's strategies. Feedback is based on respect and the willingness to help others achieve their goals. So this has to be very clear in the participant mindset. Next, the mutual support. Entrepreneurs support each other in times of difficulty. They share resources, connections, opportunities that can benefit the others. They became a support network that drives the growth of each of them. And the last one, monitoring and accountability. At the end of the sessions, the entrepreneurs agreed to take some specific actions in the next meeting. For example, I don't know, asking about what the problem, if it's the problem is solved or not, or any kind of checking points, let's say, to see if they have success in what they try to implement or not. So for this, for today, I would like you to focus in this exchange of knowledge and experiences and constructive feedback. So we will create like group of 3 maybe, and you will have 15-20 minutes to discuss about this problem. I chose this topic because I know in associations, normally it's very hard to find participants who come to our activities. So I think you will be very creative in the way of introduction and disseminating your activities. So I think it's going to be easier for you to find some solution to this problem. So if you agree, I will create groups. I don't know how to do it. So if any of you know how to create them, and give you some minutes to talk about this, the knowledge, the experience, and some feedback and solutions to this problem. So, do you know how to create groups?
Sonia, we will have one problem, because when we create group, the recording is only recording the main room. So it's going to be, if we exit to the different rooms, the recording is not going to continue. So I don't know how we can do it. Maybe we can just turn it into a brainstorming about each of the 2 main points.
Okay, maybe then I'll give you like 10 minutes just to think about your own experiences and some solutions for this problem, and then we can have brainstorming after that.
Yeah, maybe. Or someone has maybe a proposal.
Yeah, because the interesting part is to be 3, just 2 small groups, but yeah,
Maybe that could be an advice for the practical session on field with young people.
Yeah.
So maybe online now, giving that difficulty, because this is one of the difficulties we have with the Zoom platform. It doesn't break down the recording per room, so it will keep the recording just on the main room. Any advice,
It
maybe?
keeps recording, but just the big room?
Yeah, because if we exit all the big room, nothing is going to happen anymore. Or maybe they can be breakdown just in 2 rooms and the rest remain in the main room. Maybe one group remain in the main room and it will be recording just that group. And then the other group, when they finish and join back, it's going to it's going to continue recording everybody. So we will be losing the discussion part from the different group, which is not a big issue because we have the feedback later.
Okay.
Or maybe someone have a good proposal. Romania, Italy. Sandra, David, Antonino, do you have any proposal?
No, not from my side.
We can just split into groups and then.
Okay. Let me see how group are created according to the project, right? Give me instructions.
Sorry?
Sonia. Group are created according to the project, right?
The project? What do you mean?
We have app for language learning. We have app for selling product. We have startup.
No, it's just no. It's just the heart has this problem, and the sun and the cloud help him to solve it because they already had it or they know or they have it.
Okay, so you just want to have different rooms, right?
Sorry?
You just need different rooms.
Yeah, just for creating the debate of how to solve the problem of that not many businesses want to join the app and sell their local product there. So how to create a marketing strategy or how to help them to develop that. How to solve the trust issues. It can be 4 in a group, it can be 5, it doesn't matter. Just smaller groups to solve that problem that the second.
How many groups do we create?
If we are 12, I would say 3-4 groups, if it's possible.
Right. I will add more. 3 per group. How many groups do we have?
4 per group.
Okay. I will create 3 rooms. I already did the assignment of some. Who else should I assign here? Okay, people are going in the groups.
Okay. They are already in the groups?
Yeah, I sent some in the group, so they are going one by one.
Okay.
For those who are staying here, I did not get any assignment in the group, so we can work from here.
Okay, so I will just. So you can just work on that, and I will stay.
The thing is that, let me see I can do this. Somehow you need to be able. Can you tell me, Sonia, if you can go to different groups? I put you as co-organizer.
I can go, yeah.
If you can go to different group and come back, then you can go and give instructions.
I can go, yeah. And change
Okay.
the group. So you.
Oh, okay. So everybody gone. So, bro, we are the only one remaining here. Oh, someone here need to come back. I'm seeing 4 here. Okay, let's see. Okay, at least we are 3 in this group. Sandra, can you hear me?
Yes,
Ah, okay.
I was
Because
in
everybody
the
got,
I was in the group 1.
yes. The thing is that we were just remaining 2 here and there were 4 people there because Sonia is moving. Where is everybody gone? Because Sonia is moving from room to give instruction. I hope so. This is what. You want to go back to room 1?
I don't know.
Because I sign people automatically, so. I mean, the room 2 just have 2 people, and both are from Romania. This was not good. Okay. I'm not sure if everybody know what to do actually.
Mhm.
Okay. Ah, okay, she's what? Okay, Sonia is moving from room to explain, I think, what have to be done. Okay, good. So I'm not sure if I understood well the exercise. I took some pictures. Where is the picture? Okay, so we had 3 entrepreneurs who want to participate in the program. 2 developing apps. 1 have a problem of not many business in her town want to join. Trust issue. We have a startup for mental health in digital context. So Sonia said we should focus on exchange of knowledge and experience and constructive feedback, right? If I get it well. But what I don't understand is, should we focus what should we do exactly? People. Okay, someone just left. Or she's moving people groups. Okay. Maybe let's wait for her to come back here to give us feedback before. Because I'm seeing that she moved people from one group to another one. Let's see. No. The other thing is when you're in other room, you cannot receive any message in the chat. So while waiting for Sonia, let's see what we can do. Do you understand what we have to do exactly, Amber?
I think there are 3 enterprise. One of an application for learning language. Another one about mental issues, and the last one is
for selling local products.
Selling products. So this last enterprise have not experience, I think so. Not experience, not competencies, or not competencies. So how the other can help them? I understand this. I don't know if it's
okay. Okay, we have the 2 main topics, which are exchange of knowledge and experience. So how can we capitalize on the experience of the two others to support or to work the trust issue that the app for selling local product is having? Okay. Well, I think we have. Okay, Sonia doesn't want to come back. I think we have the storytelling possibility, because if we have trust issue, is because people are certainly sharing different story regarding maybe the business owner or the type of the business itself. Maybe, for example, they don't trust local product because they think that maybe it's fake, or because they think that it's not good quality. Trust issue can be expressed in different way. I think can be leveraged by storytelling, not just storytelling, but also the capitalization on the existing business that are not having that issue. It could be networking with, for example, networking with them. Sonia is going back to room 2Y. Networking with both enterprises, receiving, for example, recommendation, or for example, why starting maybe a campaign to have some testimony from other organizations. It could also be on product supplying, like if the other businesses, one is app for learning languages, maybe inside the learning process, the language, we can introduce some local products that are coming from that, or we can turn out like some chapter of our books, focusing on the existing product of the local partner. Maybe people, by learning this in the school, can change their way of seeing that, because then we can turn this existence to a learning opportunity. Startup of the mental health and digital context maybe can work out. How can I say it? I was distracted. Maybe they can use the digital storytelling, for example, to work out the change of mindset of people about local products. Maybe they can do something that we experienced the other time during one of our youth exchange, where one teacher from the vocational school came and was explaining us how to read, for example, the etiquette, how do you call it? The paper that you have pasted in the product, how to understand what is written, what is included into the package of a product, because local product will always have this, where they always write, for example, this product are from kilometer zero, if they are from agriculture. The key. So if the product are from kilometer zero, maybe people doesn't have this concept and they can start learning from this, for example. I don't know. This is what just came out in my mind. With this, for example, during all these things that I'm proposing, the feedback collection is always interesting. Maybe during one session, someone that did not know before, for example, about this reading of etiquette on the product, like understanding what is inside the package, because it's always easy to go in a supermarket or to go in a local market and buy what is shining. Meanwhile, what is shiny or tasty is not always the best, the good one. We had the practical experience with yogurt, for example, where we learned that all the yogurt you can find, or all the boxes that you think that are yogurt, are not always yogurt, because yogurt is like a brand and have some certain exigence from the European norms. And when we finished that session, we went to the restaurant to eat. People started paying attention on the boxes and so on. So basically, I think collecting feedback during all these phases, storytelling or digital storytelling, and so on, can give maybe good input, for example, for the organization or for the startup that is having the trust problem, because then the feedback can be collected from the beginning, why they don't trust them, maybe not in the direct way. They can be finding of some trick to get that feedback from the beginning, to know where is the problem of trust coming, and then to tailor a solution which will use, for example, digital storytelling or digital storytelling recommendation from the existing business, the networking. We'll use all those as methodology, for example, to tackle the problem. Sonia, I don't know if Sonia is there, no?
Yeah, Tom.
Well, I don't know, what do you think, Sandra?
Sorry?
No, I was speaking with Sandra.
I think yes, it's okay. Mm,
I don't know actually if it's what Sonia wanted us to do.
Sorry, again.
You have been hearing me. I don't know if what I've been saying is part of what you wanted us to do, or you had some instruction.
Yeah, that. So if you want, we can just finish the groups and then talk in.
Okay.
Like grab this, but I don't know how to do it. So how can yeah. Okay, so I think they have 60 seconds to join.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I see people coming back. Okay, people in room 1 are still speaking. I think they want to use all the time.
So did you find any solution for this problem that this entrepreneur have? Did you share any experiences that you already face in your, or problems that you face in your associations or your companies, or what did you talk about in your groups?
Hello.
Hello.
Okay, we talk with Andre. He's from Romania, and we think about like if he wants to sell online, like this is the application, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so first of all, Andre, can you hear me? You can join me sometimes.
Yes,
Okay, and we think that first of all, yeah, social media is so important, and local area, of course. Also, he needs to add the other who is selling the products, the other page he has to follow, and he has to know the market research. He has to do that, and social media is so effective about online selling. For example, I have a small hometown, and in my hometown, silver is so famous and unique, and they sell it just online usually because everyone cannot visit my hometown, and that's why they use that way, and it is really helpful for rural area small businesses, you know.
Yeah, so our advice that we would give to solve his problems is to check social media first, to, I don't know, make an account on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and see how the others sell the products that he wants the products, to see how the users react, how they buy things, how if it's an easy way to do it, if he can find more easier ways, because I know people love to have like easy way to buy stuff. They love to just click, to have like a few clicks, and then that's it. That's easy. I'm gonna buy from there because it's easier, and we understand how. Also, they need to, I don't know, check how they are promoting their stuff. It's important to know how to sell your stuff, especially on social media. Everyone, I don't know, is quick. They move from one picture to another. They move from one video to another. So I think social media is really important in solving his problems. Also, on marketing research would be helpful. He needs to start from researching before trying to sell something. He can't just like wake up one day and wanting to start to sell something. He need to figure out prices and to see what are the prices on marketing right now, and those are a few advices that we will give to a small enterprise, because even if it's like in a small rural area, you still need to check social media and to use it, because you have just as much work to do as like a big enterprise.
And also I want to add like something. For example, when I buy, for example, jewelry or small things from small business, small shops, they give some little gifts for your first, selling. These things is really nice because they have a small business and they want to customer connection, good connection, and they do these type things because maybe everyone's selling the same thing, but you can just make it more unique and you can put your design or like little gifts, of course, according to your financial, budget is important, but I really like it. When I buy something, if they gave this gifts or discounts, like special things, also it's effective on sale too much, even small business effective, I think.
Yeah, everyone's loves like a small gift. Like the customers really appreciate when the I don't know, when the seller gives a little something, even if it's like a small discount.
Okay, thank you. Very interesting.
Thank you.
Some other comment, other group that wants to share what they talk about.
We have talked some ideas with Sandra David. Actually, about trusting an app, sometimes it can be a bit hard for small business, for small and local people. So first of all, we thought that maybe this app can be funded by some famous and trustable institutions and organizations. And also, it's very important to use it for free. So that's why this kind of applications can be supported by other institutions and organizations. Because most of the people don't want to spend any money for this kind of application. So it's very important to use it for free. And also, if these applications can be supported by important and famous organizations, it could be another reason to use this kind of applications. And also, there are some old people, they don't know technology very well, so these applications should be very easy to use. It shouldn't be complicated. It should be very easy. And also, there could be some promotions in these applications. For example, there is a salesman and he wants to sell 10 products. So this application can say that I will buy one of these products. So it should be it can be encouraged for these people to use this kind of applications. So that it will be some discounts and some promotions. Yeah, I can summarize our thinkings like that.
Thank you.
Also, I would like to add one of our idea about participation in a physical form, because it's an app for selling local products, maybe at a local event, at a local holiday. And the entrepreneur from the app can can participate, having a few products there. People can come and buy, and being there selling in this physical form, maybe for a short period of time, like 1-2 days, and they can market themselves and say, I will be here, I am open until tomorrow. From the day after tomorrow, you can find us in the app, which is for free, and that way you can gain the trust of the locals, of the customers. They can see that you are real, and they will probably go to your app to buy.
Yeah, thank you, Sandra. Any other suggestion or solution or experiences that you want to share?
Okay, basically, if we understood well the exercise, we have 3 organizations, or let's say 3 businesses who want to join our program, and one of them, which is an app for selling local product, is having a problem of trust, having a trust issue, where many businesses in her own town, so where the businesses have the headquarters, not many businesses want to join the program. That is the case, right, Sonia? To make sure we understood. So the idea was to use how can the 2 other organizations that are performing well, supposedly, how can we use them to support the other organization to overcome the problem, focusing on exchange of knowledge and experience and constructive feedback, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But also what the other groups did, it's okay. I mean, it was not the problem, but it's okay because they imagine a problem and they try to solve, which is the peer-to-peer learning methodology. So it's also great.
No,
yeah.
I'm just asking the question to understand if what we were speaking with Sandra makes sense or not regarding the question.
It's just another way of understanding the problem, but also fun.
Okay.
It was my way of understanding it, but it's okay.
Okay, so basically, this is the complexity when we are going to be working on field, because we will not understand some situation at the same level, and we will get confused, but it will help us to also create new contents or new knowledge that can also be used in the project. Basically, we have been talking about few things. Yeah, some of the proposal that I took notes are valuable for this case, of course. Basically, my idea was focusing on this, like how to capitalize on the experience the other 2 organizations may have, because we don't have so much knowledge about them. So it was mostly hypothetical proposal. We talk about storytelling, or let's say also digital storytelling, because there's one that is focusing on the mental health in the digital, how do you call it? I have a screen copy here, in the digital context. So we wanted to focus on digital storytelling, but also the networking, because if all the organization or all these organizations are entering in a kind of network, it is going to be easy for them to use the other people experience. For example, let's say I have a problem and Sandra is my partner, my business partner. If I have a problem of trust and Sandra, for example, which is well known, maybe is speaking for me, for example, talking about my project, then people will be willing to join because they trust on Sandra, so they will understand that Sandra cannot support a fake business, for example. Yes, for example, in the case of the other application that is working on the learning or the mental health, there could also be the use of maybe the local product, the existing local product that is already in the database of the other application, in order to give visibility. You know, when people see things, just to see it's already working in the mental belief or the mental part or the brain, and can help to change the view on the project. We also talk about recommendations, like letter of recommendation. If, for example, because it's true, generally we see applications and we think that everything is happening digitally, but most of the applications are recruiting people, for example, to work locally in order to promote the application. So for this, for example, to motivate a local business to join, for example, having a letter of recommendation of a well-known business in the sector is going to be easy, for example, to enter a street with a lot of shops, and they can join, or a lot of local business. Yeah, basically, yeah, the participation on local events. Some people have already said about this, participating in local events with few existing products that maybe are excelling in the market. Yeah, small gift. I like the idea of small gift also with the brands of the other program. Basically, I saw this. In which business I saw this possibility? You know, some big brands, sometimes they create some white brands just to impulse the big brands. So they will use the white brand to give more place to the big brand. I don't remember very well which one I have. I had like 2 or 3 of them that I forgot that they will use. So they will use another brand, pasting like, okay, we have been supported by this big brand. And then people, when they see the logo of the big brand, they don't see the small letter that is supported by. They will just see the logo of the big brand, and they think that this product is from the big brand. This also can be used. Yeah. Yeah, this was.
Sorry, I want to ask something like. Now, while you're speaking, I just wanted to ask. Here, I don't know, but in Turkey, influencer marketing is so effective. If you have a new brand, new product, usually they do influencer marketing. I don't know, it will be effective on a rural area or not. Just I wonder, like brand face, like someone a little bit famous.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't know any influencer who has worked on this kind of things. So, but maybe it could be positive. It could have a positive effect, probably.
Because some influencers, they love to support, you know, if you have a small business, maybe she's originally from that village, like, for example, I don't know. Just I'm thinking, just I'm asking, I don't know really.
One thing about influencer is that this is kind of new. Like we said, okay, it's a new job with the digital area, but the topic of influencers is all like as the world, you know, because if you have left in a neighborhood, always in a neighborhood there are some group, or there's always one person, maybe one young person, even in school, you know, famous. There were always famous people that when they start speaking, the rest of school can follow them. Maybe it could be a volleyball, maybe a football, maybe a high sports practitioner, maybe someone that is maybe helping students in different way and become famous because he's doing this. So the influencer exists like not just now. So basically, I think in villages, I am from a village, a remote village in Cameroon. If I wanted to consider myself as an influencer, I would call like this because a lot of young people there, they follow me. I'm not saying this because they are speaking about this and I'm getting it. So this can work, of course, this can work. But I think in this case, we need to see if the influencer, how can you call it, línea de actuación? The influencer's vision is matching with our own vision or not. If the influencer is doing advertisement of Coca-Cola and we are doing a social business, of course, it's a bit antagonism with this. So we should choose our influencer carefully. Maybe the influencer could be maybe just a famous, maybe traditional dancer from the village that maybe have a lot of people following. Maybe the influencer could be maybe, as I said, maybe a young person that have done so many things in the village and they know him very well, and that he can carry out maybe the project. Yes, in this case, I think this can work. Maybe the other people can share their own experience, maybe.
Okay, thank you. So as you can see, this was just an example of how peer-to-peer learning work. I had a problem and you found many solutions. I'll share again the PowerPoint. We have this practical activity, but you can also, this one it was action learning group, but you also have these examples on how to work in peer-to-peer in your activities in the future. So Raquel, she will explain this other.
Okay, we have already done one activity for working on peer-to-peer learning activities. To go further, there we have 7 types of peer-to-peer learning examples commonly found in a corporate setting that are useful for entrepreneurs and we can use in your activities. Of course, we can adapt them if needed. First, action learning groups. The action learning groups are a small group of 5 or 7 people. They are peers at a similar level experience and in the creation of their business. Active learning is a process of insightful questioning, reflective listening, generating new actions, and learning from a shared group. While active learning focuses on teamwork, it also encourages workplace autonomy. Each member is expected to contribute to the group, coming up with their own solution. This helps build teams made up insightful and productive with entrepreneurs, and it is very good for problem solving and leadership skills. The second is debates. A debate is a formal activity where a participant has a particular point of view and attempts to convince others having a different point of view to agree with the participant's specific point of view. Debates encourage higher order and critical thinking skills among all involved members. Also, debates are not always focused on generating new actions and learning. The members often implicitly learn and grade about other points of view than their own. Next is discussion groups. In discussion groups, entrepreneurs share their insights and opinions to decide or enhance their understanding of a topic. Similar to debate, group discussion are also not focused on generating new actions and learning. Discussion groups lead to a significant exchange of ideas among members, help research and formulate arguments, identify and rectify mistakes, generate thought-provoking questions, and solve problems. The next is coaching. Peer coaching is a confidential, mutually beneficial relationship where two professional colleagues learn new concepts and share ideas and solve entrepreneurship-related problems together. The peer coach can be a supervisor, mentor, or a successful entrepreneur. Scientists work on these things together. Peer coaching is not an exercise of advice or guidance, but give and take. Peer mentor, in the case of peer mentoring, a senior or more experienced individual, the mentor, is assigned to act as an advisor, counselor, or guide to a young entrepreneur. A beneficial mentoring relationship includes an intentional focus on new actions and learning. Unlike coaching, mentoring tends to be more informal, less structured, and on an as-need basis required by the mentee.
In Erasmus Plus, they have a very similar program called Erasmus for Young Entrepreneurs. And it is a cross-border exchange program which gives new or experienced entrepreneurs the chance to learn from experienced entrepreneurs running a small business in other participant countries, which is very interesting, and you could check. It's very similar to this kind of learn by learning processes. And then the last ones who Raquel will explain.
Lunch again.
What happened? We just lost our...
Maybe it's about the electricity.
No. Maybe the internet, Sonia, Sandra?
I don't know. I'm Norway. I'm not in Spain.
So we just lost our speakers.
Let me ask Sonia. Oh.
Okay, coming back. Everything okay?
The computer just went down. I said it's on, so it just happened. So we will follow as we were. Sorry.
Okay, I continue. In this learning
Is your computer, or you just stop this to take a break?
It was my computer.
You could just tell us and we will have a coffee break.
And the new one doesn't work, so technically, but we are finishing.
Okay.
Well, in these learning sessions, entrepreneurs aren't just gaining new information. They're interacting with their peers in a related and social environment, making them less intimidated and more open to share ideas. It also helps to make their network bigger for future collaboration. And finally, the peer performance reviews, that is a process where peers offer their evaluation of a review performance, skill, competencies, or attitude. The peer chosen for this process is an expert who regularly interact with this reviewer. Peer reviews provide manager with a better picture of the person to strengths, weakness, and hidden talents.
So these are some examples of what you can use in your future activities. I have here 2 questions for you, just for finishing. So if you remember any other way you learn something in this peer-to-peer way, like learning from each other, or if you're while you are facilitating, if you have another techniques and that you like to use because they are very effective in making the participant learn. I don't know if you have any other practices good practices that you would like to share with the group. For example, role playing for me it's also very useful for these kind of things and how to learn from each other. And I don't know if you have any other activity.
For me, it's brainstorming and sharing ideas with colleagues working on groups. Once I participated in an activity from a project, also about entrepreneurship, and there was an exercise, a few details for developing a business, and we had to think about a business idea. And we shared many ideas, and it was very nice, and I think we learned a lot there.
Great. Okay, thank you, Sandra. So last part of the session is just best practices for entrepreneurs. So in peer-to-peer sessions, they have to, or you, if you are an entrepreneur, have to have in your mind that these 6 steps, like defining clear goals, assigning roles, develop meeting agendas, promoting your program, facilitating structured sessions, and monitoring learning outcome, and collecting the feedback. So if you don't have any questions, we have here the conclusion and the closing of the session. So in summary, peer-to-peer learning helps entrepreneurs improve their job and increase productivity. It equips them with new knowledge about the industry or field, ensuring competitiveness. By learning from peers, entrepreneurs stay up to date and enhance their general knowledge base. Peer-to-peer learning gives entrepreneurs access to education and mentorship, and they take charge of their learning and development. They also lead their personal and professional growth. By implementing strategies by peer learning, businesses can close skill gaps, promote teamwork, create new future networks, create high-performance teams, and have more in-depth knowledge on various topics. And it's crucial for our future mentoring or facilitation to introduce some peer-to-peer activities where the young people can learn from each other and try to solve their real problems together. So we finish. If you don't have any questions or comments, it's done. Like for us, it's okay. So I'll stop sharing the screen. That is, so thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much.
So
thank you, Sonia.
Thank you. Gracias, Sonia.
For this.
Thank you.
Anything to add? Any comments before we close the session? Please, you have in the comments the evaluation. Last time we didn't respond. About 11 people here, so at least we should all fill the evaluation. It doesn't take more than 2 minutes to fill it out. So please, let's do it. You saw the analysis Sonia did last week and today. If we don't fill the evaluation, we will not know that we are moving forward in the right direction. You know, and you saw the conclusion of the session of today. Collecting feedback is very important because the feedback helps us to construct new knowledge. You always have in the form a comment where you can add more things. At the end of the project, all this feedback will be collected, of course. We will do this analysis. It's good that Sonia started it good, so I already know who will do the final analysis of all the feedback. Yes, it's very important for us, the feedback, guys, and it's anonymous, so you need to put your name. So don't be afraid that we will use it against you. And even you put your name, we will never use this because feedbacking, even you put one, is not something that is bad. The one doesn't mean that we fail. The one means that we need to improve that part of it. And as we use the critic to move forward, we have to use that to teach our young entrepreneurs the fact that negative feedback is not always bad for them. It's a way for them to improve and make the good of their business. Because at the end of the day, the purpose of we getting these sessions, the purpose of starting their business is to have a good impact within the society, within their customers, within themselves, you know. Okay, thank you to people that are giving the feedback that they feel. We need to discuss in the WhatsApp group about, let me stop the recording.